I put on for my city, I put on for I put on. Today's weekend whiskey is Detroit City Distillery. This one is the straight bourbon whiskey, finished in Detroit honey barrels. This one is 100 proof, and we're gonna try it out. I know a lot of you think that I am from New Hampshire, but I'm actually from Detroit City. I put on for my city, I put on for I put on. As always, we're gonna give it a pourability score, a smell score, and a taste score. All right, so as always, we're gonna go ahead and start with the cork. Now this one had a little bit of that carbonation sound to it, like when you crack a can of soda or pop or whatever you call it where you're from. I am from Detroit City, which is where this is from, and we call it pop. So if it makes you uncomfortable, what up, though? But the cork on this, same. It had that little air tightness, but then it, kind of slid out. So decent cork, not as secure. Let's go for the pourability. We'll do this in front of you. All right, a little dribble. So we're gonna give the pourability on this one an 8. It's not the worst pour, but as you see, it's the brim. It's all in the brim. So pourability on this one, we are going to give that a 7. So I have never tried Detroit City Distillery, even though I am from Detroit. And as I said in the intro, a lot of you may think that I'm from New Hampshire, but I'm actually from Detroit. And this one is the honey barrel one. I went to the website. I didn't even see this one still on the website. So I don't know if this was like a special edition or just one that they were just getting rid of. I don't know, but I got it from a local liquor store. And yeah, this is one of the 3 that they had. And I was like, let's try something that's finished in honey barrels, because it's not a honey mix. It's literally what it sounds like. The barrels have honey in it. So this is batch 5, bottle 898. I don't feel special. Feels like a lot of these were made. Don't even put a number on there. But yeah, so let's see. This bottle of bourbon was finished with honey from beehives located on rooftops across Detroit's skyline. Honeybees found their home in Detroit thanks to our friends at Bees in the Bee. Bees in the Bee works with communities, classrooms, and businesses to educate people about the importance of honeybees and share our passion for beekeeping, from urban farms to downtown rooftops. That would be weird if the whiskey company and the bee company had a shared interest in bookkeeping. It's like, oh, y'all should get into taxes. But that's cool though. So they have like a little, they're supporting the community, they're supporting nature, they're supporting the bees. And apparently all of the honey that were used in the barrels to make this came from beehives that were on all of the city skyline. So the Penobscot building, the GM building, or the Renaissance Center, or maybe even my high school, Cass Technical High School. I wonder if they pulled that from there. But yeah, pretty cool though. Pretty cool. I usually don't read the back of labels, but I was like, this one, I might as well. It's my city. I might as well support them as much as I can, So, yeah. No, I'm not picking up any smells so far. And this is 100 proof. So that's kind of hinting to me that this is going to be kind of smooth. But let's get into the smell score. That smells sweet. I mean, it's in honey barrels, so I guess it would smell like honey. But there's definitely honey in there, but it's not overwhelmingly honey. Like say you had a Twix candy bar, and instead of chocolate, you have whiskey, and instead of that wafer, you had wood, and then wherever that caramel would be, it's just honey. So it don't smell like caramel, it smells like a Twix, but this smells like a Twix of whiskey. It smells really good. Honestly, it smells really good because you get whiskey, then it just follows with like a smooth, like lotion-like whiff of honey. So yeah, that smell is a 10. That smell is a 10. All right, moment of truth. Let's go in for the taste. I'm anticipating a lot of honey. Go figure. Let's see. Not a lot of honey. It's on the back end. It's on the back end. So you definitely taste that it's 100 proof. You definitely do. And again, I always say once I get like 3 sips in, that's when I can really feel the taste start to open up, because that's just that harshness of 100 proof off rip. The initial taste, there's a little bit of minerally burn to it. I don't know how to describe it better than that. Like a rocky, just minerally, like not necessarily grainy, but really minerally. Like if you know how sometimes you turn on your water faucet and you got a clear glass and you turn it in and you're like, oh, that water is not clear for another 30 seconds. Sit this cup down until it turns completely clear, and then imagine that all that stuff was just not in there. That's that's kind of how it is. Like all that stuff. Imagine you drained the water out and all that stuff was just put in there. That you just dumped it into a cup and take. That's what it is. It's like that spiciness, but it's like just opening up. You get that spicy, mineral, woody, just earthy kind of taste. But on the back end, you catch like a bit of honey on the back end. So let's go for sip number 2. So this one is, so definitely spicier than you would think from the taste. Like it has that tongue burn to it. You taste the honey a lot more once you're not, blindsided by just 100 proof, So it's really spicy, more spicy, not really woody. It doesn't really taste woody. It just tastes like a bunch of spices and then honey poured in. Like if you took did the cinnamon challenge and then topped it off with honey, that's how it would be. And I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna screenshot that and have a field day with it. I don't know. I don't care. Nobody's watching this. I don't know. But yeah, it's like that. Immediate spice, then followed by honey. And it's weird. It's not it's whiskey, so it's not like it's just a layer. It's not like oil on water where you get the water first, then it's oil. But it kind of rides like that. Like you get that spice, then you get that cool honey. It's like a cool honey. It's just it's kind of like Iceberg Slim's book. I don't know if I can say the exact words, but Iceberg Slim was a man of the women of the night. He was their manager. And one of his tricks was you whoop them, assault or whatever, but then you wrap Vaseline on them, you make them feel better, and then they look at you like you're the one that helped them, even though you're the one that hurt them. And that's kind of how this comes in. It's just like, woo, oh, thanks for making me feel better. So that's kind of how this initial taste is. It's just like that honey just comes in like, nah, it's all right, baby. Let me rub some Vaseline on your bruises. You look, okay, but you're the one that did this to me, but I'm also the honey. So that's the best way I can describe it on the spot. Is it smooth? Not yet. Not yet. Like if you were out downtown or uptown or on the west side of town or wherever part of town is a place where people get down and boogie, this wouldn't be the first shot you take. I'll tell you that now. I don't know what 100 proof shot would be the first shot you take, but this would not be the first shot you take. This will be something when you are sitting down, you're buzzed, and you're like, all right, let's just, sip and chill. Because it doesn't taste bad. It's just one of those like, woo, okay. All right, we're not gonna take shots of this. Like, it's kind of one of those things. So, yeah, and it's really hard to describe what this spice is. Like it's hot. Like not alcohol-y burny. Maybe that's what it is, but it's like a rough hot, like I don't know, like chili powder. I don't know, that's what it kind of like. I don't know what chili powder raw tastes like, but it tastes like it would be like, and it's not nasty, it doesn't taste like chili powder, but it's just like if there was a chili powder equivalent of a whiskey mixing thing, it's that, because it's hot and then it sits there. It has like a layer to your tongue of like crude hotness, but then that honey just comes in and it's just like, it's okay, baby. It's all good. Let me rub that Vaseline on you. So, taste. This is one that I can't say I like. I like it. Not just because it's Detroit City Distillery. No endorsements, no anything. I just saw this bottle and was like, oh, Detroit got a distillery. Oh, that's cool. I'm probably gonna check them out in person. And actually, that could be my first venture video. Not venture. I guess adventure. Adventure. What's the difference? What's the difference between venture and adventure? Is adventure the noun, and venture is a verb? Because I'm going to venture somewhere? Okay, whatever. So it's going to be my first adventure. We can roll with both of them, actually. Go to this distillery. Maybe I'll take the old lady upstairs and see what she likes. But the taste, I'm going to give the taste an 8. I'm gonna give the taste an 8. It's definitely something you could sit and drink. It's definitely something that's gonna get better the longer you drink it, like most alcohol, but not in the now it's tolerable way. This is more so like that spice isn't gonna shock you every single time. Like right now, I'm pretty sure like my tongue is prepared for spice and ice, spice and honey, or ice spice, My tongue is not prepared for ice spice. Yeah, like that one mellowed down. Like that was all honey. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. And I know a lot of people may not like honey flavored stuff. Like if you're gonna be stuck between Jack Daniels and Jack Daniels honey, you're just like, let me just get regular Jack. I don't want all that sweet. It's not really extra sweet. It's just kind of like this trailing thing. It's just kind of like, remember there's honey in here. You got that, but remember there's honey in here. Kind of like, I guess that's it, the way that it was made from what I'm reading, and I'm not pretending to be an aficionado like, oh, this is cast strength and this is double down distilled. I don't know what any of that means. I'm learning it, but I don't think I'm going to bring it to this channel because who cares? Really, you don't work there. It's like, who cares? But this, I could see that these were in barrels that were coated with honey or just soaked in honey. Like that's what it is. It's just like you got the stuff and then you get the honey. Like that's what it is. It's just like, all right, you get the fire, and then you get the sweet. So this is pretty good stuff. I have never had Detroit City Distillery stuff, so I don't know what their straight bourbon is. I was stuck between this one and their straight bourbon. They also had a rye, but I've learned my lesson with ryes. It's if You see my video where I rank them, the rise, the worst. But yeah, I was between this and their straight bourbon, but I was like, let's give them a fair shot with something that is sweeter, something that has like a little flavor profile to it, because you know, if it's straight and I'm just like, it's indistinguishable, you know, then it's just like, nah, that's not really a fair shot, you know. But this one, I'm just like, all right, let's see what your little specialty stuff tastes like, you know. And it's good. It's a solid 8. The reason I don't give it a 10 is because what I say this would be my go-to whiskey. No, this will not be my go-to whiskey. Would this make a cool gift for somebody? Yes, especially if they're from Detroit or if they hate Detroit. You know, like, I mean, it's a cool gift. The bottle, the little logo, all of the logos on this. Let me show you this. Each bottle had a different logo on it. And I'm not talking about just the label. I mean, like this centerpiece right here. They all had different ones. So this one right here is a honeybee. It's a cool bottle. It makes sense because it's the honey barrel, but each of them had different things. Some of them had a dude on there with a wrench. You know, we're the Motor City, so, you know, that guy was working on cars and just needed to get his weekend whiskey, you know. So, yeah, the bottles are cool. Again, it's distilled in Detroit. I believe that their place is in Eastern Market, if I'm not mistaken. And Eastern Market has a lot of cool stuff. If you're ever in Detroit, just check out what's going on in Eastern Market, because there's always something. Always something. I was actually just down there a few weeks ago for the Jack Daniels honey event or whatever. But yeah, so this is pretty good stuff. An 8. Why else would I not give it a 10? So would it be my go-to? No. Would it make a great gift? Yes. If I were out, see, that's kind of like the levels to this scoring. If I was out and this was available, and let's say the basic Jack Daniels, Jameson, let's say Woodford Reserve, let's say some Bullet Bourbon, whatever, just common stuff, and this was available all at the same price, I would probably go with something else. For one, this is 100 proof, you know, so that's not fair to them. But, you know, Bullet Bourbon, 100 proof, whatever. But it just wouldn't be that. This is more of a sit and sip. If you're bar hopping, this is not something you'd want to get. You probably take one shot like, oh, that's interesting. But you wouldn't want to just be on the go with this stuff. You want to sit here like I'm doing tonight, just drinking this, enjoying it. So I'm gonna give this an 8. The smell is incredible, so that's a 10. Pourability, we gave that a 7 because it's spilled, idrable. So pretty sure it costs more money to make a wider brim. So you know, it's local, whatever. They gotta do what they gotta do. But I support you, and I support you for supporting the bees. If you're out there, Detroit City Distillery. And I will be visiting you guys soon and hopefully getting a bottle of everything you got at a discount.